Hello everybody. I'm down here at the federal courthouse in Portland, Oregon today. I'm still a little jet-lagged after flying all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada yesterday and yesterday evening. I ended up getting into Portland about 11 o'clock last night. So I'm going on a very little sleep, but we're down here at the courthouse. I brought Jake Ryan to court this morning, and then ran over and picked up his mom, Roxanne, from the train station and got her down here. Everybody's back in court. We're on our first phase of jury selection here, and we'll make sure we clarify what's going on. We've had a lot of questions about them getting a jury and not having a jury. So this second trial here, the defendants here are getting a jury trial for the original charges that they were charged with originally a year ago. The original 5 charges, the conspiracy charges, the gun charges, those they're getting a jury trial for. Then here just a couple of months ago, the prosecutors charged these guys with 7 additional charges. Theft charges, trespassing, and just numerous charges. Those charges, the judge is denying them the right to a jury on the additional 7 charges. So we're having 2 trials here in one. The jury, once we get them picked and get them seated here on the bench there for the jurors, they're going to only try the 5 charges, the conspiracy, impeding type charges, and gun charges. Then the judge, after that verdict is read, is going to continue the trial a few more days, and she is going to try the guys on the additional charges. So they're trying to try two different trials at the same time is their intentions. The judge is going to hear all the evidence. The jurors are going to hear all the evidence and can only judge on the 5 charges, and then the judge is going to try only supposedly on the trespassing and additional 7 charges here, which is totally unconstitutional. It's pretty much unheard of. In a moment here, we'll let Ken Medenbach, a prior defendant here that got found not guilty back in October, he's going to explain some of this. But we also, you have anything to say, Roxanne?
On the misdemeanors, even though she's not allowing a jury, they carry jail time and fines that exceed $20.
Exactly. They can spend 6 months in jail per charge, and they can times that times 3, or times 7 actually, if they get found guilty on all 7 charges. And they're not getting a jury trial on charges that face jail time and a $1,000 fine. It's totally wrong that this is happening. That's why we're down here witnessing it. We want to be witnesses to this injustice so we can get this stuff overturned. Let the public know these things are happening. Other than that, things are going really good so far today. 25 jurors were brought in this morning, potential jurors. They've been asked questions and vetted, and we've got another 25 that is being brought in as we're speaking. They're going to go through them and ask the jurors questions and determine if we can pick up to 16 jurors out of these. We're probably going to have another 25 or 50 tomorrow, and this will continue for the next couple of days until we can actually get a jury seated. So that's kind of the phase we're at here right now. I did talk to a couple of the people over there in Las Vegas about what's going on there. We've got a witness that is back on the stand today. He was the final witness as of yesterday. After I had left, they brought a 3rd witness in, and he's back on the stand today. He's been on there all morning, so we've only had a total of 3 witnesses that have been brought in by the government so far. And the defendants are questioning this witness as we're speaking and asking him a lot of questions. It sounds like it's going really good. This witness, like many of the others, didn't take many notes from back in 2014. He's relying on his memory only. He also stated that he did not see any guns personally on the ground there. And then a lot of the video clips that the defendants are playing, asking him questions about, the prosecution had cut a lot of this video out. So when he had watched it, he'd only watched the video. He wasn't really part of it. 3 and 4 minutes of this video in the first part of it has been removed, and this witness had not even got to see that part of the video. So it's pretty interesting how it's folding together there. It sounds like the defendants are doing, their lawyers and are doing awesome today again, asking these questions. So we're real excited about all this. Over there in Nevada, it's going great. We've got some good people on the ground. So Eric Parker's wife, you should go to her page and watch her updates. She's there. We've got David Fleeman. He's doing reports, and Joshua Martinez. So they're all gonna do as many reports as they can. Live streams. We got Skipper doing reports over there. Doug Knowles does awesome write-ups. So check out his page. And Doug's been there every day. We've got Brand Thornton over there doing reports. So we got a great team over there. And so keep watching their live streams. It'll be a couple of weeks before I get back over there. So, and they'll be calling me. We're going to talk every day at noon, try to get updates from what's happening over there. Let me let you talk to Ken here. Ken's going to talk about the 6th Amendment here. This is Ken Medenbach. He was in the first trial, and he was found not guilty. So, go ahead, Ken.
The 6th Amendment states, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury. Now, how hard is that to understand? Well, if a judge doesn't take an oath to support the Constitution, then it's easy to understand, because judges do take a second oath, which is to understand agreeably to the Constitution, which was used in Marbury versus Madison, which is a Supreme Court decision that gave the federal government and the judges the power to interpret the Constitution. Once they take that second oath of office, they aren't bound by the oath of office that the Constitution says to support the Constitution. So Judge Brown can do whatever she wants. She can ignore the Constitution, and this stuff is the stuff that has to stop. And trying to figure out how we're going to do that is a constant problem. Trying to figure out how to stop the government from violating the Constitution. It's a sad situation, and hopefully it's going to be resolved, peacefully. And we'll see how time goes.
What we really need is we need to get some really good politicians in there that uphold their oath of office and that are for we the people, that are doing things by the Constitution, and all these laws that are being put on the books that aren't even laws need to be rejected. And Roxanne wants to say something here.
Hi, and I have to agree with what Jeff said. And what I have noticed is I have called many elected officials about this. I've called elected officials about a 92-year-old veteran that we tried to help that eventually died because of what the government did to him. And I get the same old story. Well, we can't do anything. And I say to you, elected officials, if you can't do anything, then why do we even bother to vote? If you cannot stand between the federal government and the citizens, the people that you are elected to protect, then what good are you other than walking around in your legislative office making more statutory laws that we don't need? It is time that you take your place where you need to, and that is to stand between the outrage of the federal government and its people, and put the federal government back in the boundaries that it was meant to be with the Constitution. That is your job as state elected officials, and you have failed. And it's time that you start putting your boots on the ground and standing up for the people, because that's why we elect you. And quit saying to us, well, we can't do anything, that is a judicial problem, we don't have any scrutiny over that. That's baloney. The Constitution was divided into 3 departments so that there was check and balances on everything. The states created the federal government, and you have become slaves to that which you created. And it's time you take back your sovereignty as states and start standing between the outreach of the federal government, put them back in the box where they belong, and protect your citizens.
Thanks, Roxanne. So,
Well, I'd like to put out a proposition to President Trump. You are in control of the executive branch of this government. You can overrule the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals because they take an oath of office that is not in the Constitution. They take an oath of office, the one I told you about with Marbury versus Madison, where the power to understanding agreeably to the Constitution was the justification for the power of judicial review. This is an unconstitutional court, just like the district courts, just like the Supreme Court. They all take 2 oaths of office. I mean, think about it. How many oaths? You can only adhere to 1 oath. It's either support the Constitution, and if you're not supporting the Constitution, then you're not supporting the Constitution if you're taking any kind of other oath. It's as simple as that. President Trump, you can do something about this, and please do.
we don't vote for these elected officials to make new laws. We are voting for them to uphold the Constitution, uphold the good laws that we have, and get rid of the bad ones. That's why President Trump has said that he's going to get rid of the Obama care package. And that's his job, is to get rid of these bad laws that have been put into place that are wrong. So I appreciate what Ken said there. It's totally truth, and we need these things changed. And we wouldn't be in the shape we're in now with these guys if we'd had good stuff set up in the Constitution held up in these courts. So again, thanks everybody for joining us. We had a prayer down here during the lunch break. We did not live stream it, but we had a great group of people. We had a gentleman that came over from my state that has been in politics for quite a few years over there off and on, Mark French. It's an honor to have him here. He's up in the courtroom right now witnessing some of what's going on. He came over here to support the Ryan family, and he's a real good guy and a big supporter back in Montana. So we appreciate having him here. We have quite a few people in the courtroom today. I'm down here right now meeting up with some people and talking, so might go up there a little bit later on this afternoon. But I'll be here the rest of this week and next week and keep updating you. How you doing, Dory? I see a few people on here. I haven't been reading none of the messages yet, but we got a lot of good supporters down here. Barb Berg, how are you doing? Good to see you. Denise Foley, it's great to have everybody coming on, and we've had some new people show up today down here in support that I haven't met before except on Facebook. It's always great to have all these people show up. So thanks for supporting us, guys, and keep supporting us and sending us good messages. It keeps us going. Thank you, and God bless.